so much. And in today's TED Talk, I will be trying to make everyone look at the today's theme from a kind of a different point of view. So I will be talking about myself and my life. And yeah, I am Tarik Emir and I am 18 years old right now. Even though I did not have this in my plans, I'm an English teacher in a kindergarten in Bishkek. I'm also not really sure how I ended up here, whereas my plans were to move to the States for university, and nobody really knows where exactly is the city, nor they have heard of it. But I was actually born here. My parents came during the 90s, so Kyrgyzstan, the country, is my first homeland. After Kyrgyzstan, we moved to Turkey, which is where I am originally from. I was very young at that time and did not know the concept of nationality. So when I was in primary school, I would tell people that I am Kyrgyz when I was asked where I was from. They would just laugh and tell me, no, you're Turkish. And I would just be confused. And we lived in Turkey for about 7 to 8 years. And after that, my journey continued in India. Before we moved to India, I was actually feeling like a Turkish person, or at least I was telling myself that. But right now, but right then, and we moved again, this time to New Delhi, and I lived and studied there for 4.5 years. During my time in India, I was just getting to know about myself and growing up, but still something did not fully got in me. I stopped speaking Turkish as much as I used to and only spoke in English. So the language, which is a huge factor in making you feel like you belong to a place, got a kind of tangled up my head. I did not look like an Indian person, but I can say that I actually felt the culture and I owned it within myself as if it was mine. But still, I will admit that I always felt left out in school, but it was not an issue because of how those times turned me into who I am right now. Yeah, just when everything was settling down in my life, I moved again to Central Asia this time. I moved to the country in where I opened my eyes to this world and also went to see the first house I was ever brought to in the town my parents lived. And seeing that house in that moment made me grow up in that moment um, the when I felt the feeling of the past and the upcoming future of my life. It was an important day for me, I can say. But still, I couldn't feel the 100% the feeling of belonging to a place. And I have started asking myself, where am I from? Right now, I don't feel like I belong in Turkey. And also, I haven't been there for 6 years now. I can tell that I don't feel like I belong in India. And also at the same time, I don't feel like I belong in Kyrgyzstan neither, even though this place has the most important memories I have lived so far in my life. Wherefore, what I am feeling right now is not a sense of belonging to a place, which would be caused because one of the reasons may or may not be that I have the passport of that country, but I am feeling a sense of freedom and a little bit of privilege because I can relate to all types of cultures and traditions. My passport says I'm from Turkey, but it would say India if I was born there or anywhere else. It is luck. So instead of any sort of limiting, I want to say that I feel freedom, and it is the type of freedom that you feel when you get yourself out from a place in your mind to which you could have gotten out at any time in your life because it does not have a lock. You just need to open that door, get out, and explore everything else. Yeah, and while I was living in these places, I have also traveled around a few more countries, met with so many different people from very different backgrounds who has crazy life stories. And I would like to share one of the very surprising ones. It happened to a friend of my father's who is supporting this idea that is to open schools in everywhere around the world to spread what their beliefs and ideas are for the future. And he decides to go to North Russia. He packs his bags and gets his ticket and gets on the plane. And there's sitting a woman next to him. And since the flight is quite long, they start having a conversation. And the woman asks him what is the reason that he is moving to Russia. He immediately answers that he wants to open a school. And after that, lady asks if he has the needed amount of money or the land to open a school or any kind of other network that he can use. He says that he doesn't have anything and he also doesn't know anyone. And the lady gets confused and asks him in a surprised manner that what is his plan behind this like reckless project. And he says, if one desires just hard enough what he wants, somehow the destiny will make it happen. And all he needs to do is to stay positive and not be worried, because if it's meant to be, it will be. Little did he know, after a while, the lady tells him that she is actually the Minister of Education in the state that he is moving to. And she tells him that, okay, I think I will be giving you the land with the building in it so that you can start your school and let's see what happens afterwards. And in this case, I feel like life is just a very surprising place. There is a saying in Turkish that goes, does the one who reads more knows more, or the one who travels more knows more? And I think both of them are just equal. Like you need to travel and also you need to read a lot. It's very important. Traveling extends one's vision a lot. And I have white skin, and living in the countries I just said, it made me receive very different kind of approaches from around the world. And meeting all these people that has come and gone through my life, I am now able to filter the aspects of life better. When I was living in India, I was visiting a historical monument with my family. And some people who were from India wanted to take pictures with us. And when we asked them why, they said that we were white. It was bizarre because I think skin color should not make anyone more or less special, but also because of the same reason, in Kyrgyzstan, I get discriminated because I am white. Locals are very nationalist and they don't accept one fully. And you can make friends and live here for your whole life, but there will be someone who will blame you for everything that his country is going through. And one incident that happened to me was when I was in a taxi. When the taxi driver realized that I'm not actually from here, he told me that, okay, you're rich and I'm not getting paid enough. And since I am letting you live in my country, you can give me more money. And yeah, from traveling and seeing these type of people, I think what I am scared of the most is the ignorant type of people. But they exist everywhere in the world, so it's not only for this place. And I love this place actually. And yeah, when I heard about the theme of this talk for the first time, we are the world. I was like, yeah, we are the world. You are the world. I am, and everyone else around us is the world. And to make this world a better place, we don't really need to do much, but only to live a good life. Everybody. And the only thing we need to do is to tell more and more people to be excited to live their lives, to travel to more countries, to work with more people and get to see all types of people out there, to spend more time with their families and to talk to more people to make friends. This world is us, and if we're happy, then it is definitely going to be a happy place. But if we narrow our perspective, then we will never get to go to the places we want to go or do all the things we dream of doing. And fear actually does not exist in this world. When a baby is born, the baby will only be scared of two things. First, when he starts to walk, he will be scared of falling down as a reflex. And the second is loud noise. Apart from these two, we're not supposed to be afraid of anything else. All other types of fear comes to us as we grow up because we put them up in our heads. So if there's nothing to fear, and so much to do and explore. I actually cannot wait to live the rest of my life and be a part of this world. I'm not afraid of anything and I can do everything. We only come to this world once, and also the time flies just too fast. And these two are more than enough reasons to motivate me to do and learn more. So hopefully one day I can be the best version of myself, because believe one life is just not enough to experience everything. And I would like to end with a little quote that is, all life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better, says Ralph Waldo Emerson. And thank you so much to everybody.